Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay with a Light Legal Immigration Law Firm in Washington, D.C. We are an immigration firm serving and providing services for people immigrating to the U.S. from all over the world and people applying for status in the U.S., no matter where they live. So tonight, I wanted to fact check President Biden. Last week in a town hall meeting, he was talking about his plan for immigration reform, and he mentioned that asylum seekers should and have to apply for asylum while outside of the United States. I don't know if Biden has a fundamental misunderstanding of the asylum process or if it was a misstatement, but you cannot file for asylum in the US from outside of the US. You can apply for refugee status outside of the US. However, if you want asylum in the US, which is different than refugee status, then you actually have to be on US soil in order to apply for asylum status. We get this question a lot. People who watch our videos from abroad reach out and say, I'm in Pakistan, I need to file for asylum, please help me. I'm in Sudan, I need to apply for asylum in the US, please help me. And unfortunately, our response always has to be, first, you have to come to the US, you have to be in the US in order to file for asylum. So that is one of the very first basic requirements. If President Biden is watching, I would love to discuss the asylum process with you. For all of our viewers, please know that you do have to be in the US to apply for asylum. The asylum process is very complicated. The asylum process can be very long, and even the President of the United States needs some legal counsel in order to understand the asylum process. So tonight's update is short and sweet. It is just about fact-checking President Biden and letting everyone know that you do have to be in the US to apply for asylum. You cannot do it from your home country or any other country. You have to be here. So if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer those. If you want to post those in the comments, I'll watch for a few seconds. And always keep in mind that this is general information about immigration. This is not personalized legal advice. It's very important to have a consultation with an experienced asylum attorney based on your specific facts and history. So we do have a question. Can a person be sent back if they request asylum at the customs desk at the airport? So requesting asylum at the customs desk in the airport will and should start a process that allows you to have a credible fear interview. So you can't necessarily apply for asylum at the customs desk. You can let the customs agent know that you fear returning to your home country, and then that agent should go through the process of hopefully what is called paroling you in so that you can have a credible fear interview. There's also a significant possibility that you may be detained at the airport and then allowed to go through the credible fear interview process, which is the very first step before you actually get to apply for asylum and have your immigration case heard before the immigration judge. So while it would be unlawful if you've expressed a fear of return for them to return you to your home country, that should not happen. You should be allowed to have these additional steps to more clearly express your fear of return under international law. You should have that opportunity. So again, you can express your fear of return. You should be allowed to go through the credible fear interview process and then be allowed to file for asylum if you pass the credible fear interview. And if there are other questions, please feel free to post those. In the meantime, Between now and next Tuesday, if you have questions that you would like to be discussed on our Facebook Lives or on our YouTube live videos, please feel free to send those to us. You can send those to us in private messenger, or you can email us, whatever is easier for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope President Biden learns the real process behind asylum and also the significant hurdles that asylum seekers face. It is a very important process. I do believe he is very supportive of the asylum process, but does have a fundamental misunderstanding of what is required. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and we will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. to discuss other immigration questions or concerns or updates. Have a good evening, everyone.